Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. Brandon Godden and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Give to Cook out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Play fake. Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Wilson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Pass incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be fourth down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
That was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On first down, Akers, and he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Well, look now at our starting defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. Well, how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray on the move to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Murray going to throw. And this is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And he slings one that's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Cook following the penalty. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
56, the mic, boys, 56. Check, 56.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Murray with a 3rd and long. This one caught by Isabella. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they had the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you've evolved. You've learned how to play it the Madden way.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
43 is the mark, boy. 43. Check, 43.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside.
That's it, baby.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Let's bring it.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now it's Carson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Now Wilson operating from the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Let's go, D. That's what I'm talking about, D. That's what I'm talking about.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Tackle made there by Buda Baker. Now Wilson down around his goal line. Rolling to his left. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Well, just like you said, they've got the lead. Don't do anything silly. Run the football, and that's what they did. They
would have liked to have created a little more room for their punter, but he'll take what they gave him, and he'll go out there now and try and get the ball off and help his defense.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. So they'll walk him back half the distance. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. 1st down, Murray. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 2nd down now, Akers, space to maneuver at the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
56 is the mark. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Throwing is Murray on third down. That'll be complete to Cook. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On second down, Akers. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 19. Murray now on first down. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, Akers. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Akers. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Subsequent gains of 3, 4, and now 5 yards. Good enough for the first down. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And now Murray's going to set up to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and goal. Murray now, 3rd and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Chris Carson trotting back out there. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Wilson now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. They run the counter. It's Goodwin. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He's going to let this one go deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And this is unfortunately for him a montage he's probably not going to want to keep here for his files.
And I'm not so sure that he would describe it as a spotlight, although it is beating down on him pretty well, as is the rush. He's been hit, harassed, uncomfortable. It's been a really, really tough day for him.
Been sacked 6 times. See all that pressure coming from all angles. They'll run on 1st down. Akers, and he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Akers. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. The Cardinals on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped and that can turn into an...
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. 7-yard touchdown grab. Here the Cardinals push further out in front. And it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening, but they found the opening and exploited it.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawks offense now getting set to go again. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. To throw again is Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Bush. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Right here. Check three.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. 2nd and 10, it's Wilson again. This complete to Lockett. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Throwing is Wilson, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray, he's going to find Gallup here complete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Throwing on 1st down is Murray, and that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over in your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Murray now, 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On second down now, it's Carson, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they're going to have a third down. Wilson from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's been pretty good when he's had time. The issue is, as we see here, a lot of times he hasn't had the time.
And a lot of that in getting past it is attitude. How's he projecting? Is he showing that the other team is getting to him? Is he showing his guys up front that he's upset, that he's angry? Or is he still encouraging? Because those guys, they've got to find a way to pick it up. And it always happens a little bit better if they feel like their quarterback's on their side.
So far, 5 sacks against him.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
56, a mark, boy. 56. Check 56.
On play action, it's Murray. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. He's been terrific so far. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. To throw is Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now throwing on first down and completing it. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This is Carson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. From the 22, Murray. They'll roll him out right. He'll run it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go. Switch.
On 3rd down, Akers. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. And now a carry here for their fullback. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray, nowhere to escape. Down. Aaron yards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Murray throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson, and they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football, incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Oh, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. From the gun on third down, Murray. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt. Rush comes, and they block it. Pressure comes, but it... Oh, he's going to take this out of the back of the end zone. And that's going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Fielded just inside the 20.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. From the gun on third down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and run with their fullback. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and Murray on the left side. Gallup's got it. Field, they'll spot it at the 49. Up good enough for an Arizona first.
I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Check, 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 check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Check three, check three.
They'll keep it on the ground. Akers. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Murray with a 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they feel like they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early buys and able to sit and get a little rest as the playoffs begin.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Wilson will throw again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
We got 3, we got 3, fellas, we got 3.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. It's caught, Lockett. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Let's go.
A good pickup there, a 22.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Throwing again here, Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often. Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Here's Murray sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll begin the drive with Carson. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick. On 2nd down, it's Goodwin. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy. 20 at the 18. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. They run it with Carson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Gonna take a and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. They'll keep it on the ground. Akers, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On first down, Akers. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down now, Akers. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
He's not going to get me.
On 3rd down, Akers. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
They'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Carson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Cardinals, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.